pinadala sa committee hinggil sa ating subpoena, si Mr. Marlon Acobo, Executive Pastor daw ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ, ang siyang sasagot. Again, so maraming salamat kay Honorable Johnny Pimentel for again motioning for the contempt of Pastor Apollo Quiboloy.
There's a motion duly seconded. Any objections? Chair hearing no objections on a unanimous vote. The Honorable Pastor Quiboloy is cited for contempt.
Mga tanong
Mas
natin.
marami pong
Yeah, okay.
dapat sagutin si Pastor Quiboloy as explained earlier. Now, hindi po lahat masat. Kundi nga ho nasagot
Yes.
Attorney Rolex tsaka ni Attorney Mark yan.
And in a proper time, Mr. Chair, I will also move.
Pimentel. I just wanted to give everyone a chance to speak before a vote is taken on the motion of contempt. And we just like to make it clear that, just to show you, Attorney, as we have seen since November, this has always been the atmosphere. We gave everyone the chance to speak, especially on the side of KOGJC, Attorney Mark, Attorney Rolex was given the chance to speak. So, kung airtime lang po ang pag-usapan, mas marami po kayo airtime kesa po, no? At kami po ay, kasi yun ho naging policy, we want to ferret out the truth. Ang problema, may mga tanong talaga na lagi pong sagot sa amin, hindi po kaya sagutin. Kaya po, nag-motion po si Congressman Pimentel. As a matter of fact, just to prove our point, it took me 3 weeks. We gave you 3 weeks for him to appear. We did give you 1 week. We did give you 2 weeks. We gave you more than 3 weeks for him to appear, no? From the time that the last hearing, usually 1 week lang ho yan, pinapa-appear na po namin. Ito ho, 3 linggo ho ang binigay ng committee. And even up to now, you can see ini-entertain po namin kayo, no? Na yun lang ho kayo nag-appear. Eh, nandito po at pinapakinggan ho namin yung sinasabi niyo.
Maraming
So,
salamat po.
as far as due process concerned, palagay ko nyo naman, hindi nyo na ho pwedeng, we did not fall short as far as the due process concerned. And on section 13, yes, we were allowing you to speak, and counsel is allowed under the rules as long as it's allowed by the committee. At maraming salamat at kayo na hong pangatlong. May tanong na po pala ako. Kayo po
Yes,
pangatlong
sure.
abogado, Attorney Rolex, Attorney Mark, kayo na po. Kayo po ba'y abogado lang? Hindi po kayo direktor ng KOJC?
Hindi po. Actually, I became the General Counsel, Your Honor, of Pastor Quiboloy back in 2021, if memory serves, Your Honor.
Okay.
So this is not my first time to lawyer for Pastor Quiboloy. And of course, again, Mr. Chair, we are grateful for the opportunity. That's why you still get my vote in 2025.
Oh, thank you very much, Attorney Topacio.
Mr. Chair.
The Honorable
Chair.
Gutierrez is recognized. Before we will have to go on a vote soon, no? I'll just ask
Yes.
Attorney Gutierrez, the proponent of the bill, no?
Yes,
Attorney
Mr. Chair, just to add to the point, no, just for the consideration of the body, because I agree with what Congressman Pimentel mentioned, that the contempt order that we are considering could be based on sole absence alone. However, I would just like to add for our consideration as a body that there are still material questions as to 2019, 2020, and 2021,
Correct.
which I believe would warrant the attendance. Now, his choice not to attend on the presupposed trend that they already know what we would ask, I would have to share my skepticism po, no? Because precisely, as I mentioned, we still have material questions during the duration of his being executive pastor. So something lang po for the body to consider. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, the Honorable Arlene Process.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, isa po kasi ako sa mga nag-request, 'di ba? Na so rejoinder lang po kay sa issue ng contempt. Mr. Chair, wag tayo pumayag na by substitution. Hindi naman talaga natin ginagawa 'yan, Mr. Chair. It has not been our procedure ng mga nakaraan. Kaya gusto ko lang sabihin, Mr. Chair, na Itong sulat na pinadala sa committee hinggil sa ating subpoena, si Mr. Marlon Acobo, executive pastor daw ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ, ang siyang sasagot. Mr. Chair, nung nag-usap naman tayo last time dito, sinabi natin hindi talaga yon kakayanin sagutin ng mga representatives na pinadala. So, Mr. Chair, again, I will join our DS sa kanyang motion. And Mr. Chair, again, maraming salamat kay Honorable Johnny Pimentel for again motioning for the contempt of Pastor Apollo Quiboloy.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Arlene Brosas. The parliamentary status is that there is a motion by the Honorable Johnny Pimentel, duly seconded by the Honorable J.J. Suarez, the Honorable Judah Silre, the Honorable Franz Castro, and the Honorable Arlene Brosas, and of course, our Senior Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Don Gonzales. That being the case, there is a motion, duly seconded. Any objections? Chair hearing no objections on a unanimous vote, the Honorable Pastor Quiboloy is cited for contempt. Now proceed. We now proceed to the interpretation. So, that being that, we now proceed to the interpretation. Can we now discuss the Marvick? So we will now proceed to another subject matter. And this is the House Bill number 9710. Comsec, please read the bill. The title of the bill.
Thank you.
House Bill number 9710, introduced by Representative Ramon Rodrigo L. Gutierrez, titled An Act Revoking the Legislative Franchise Granted to Suarasug Media Corporation, operating under the business name Sunshine Media Network International, repealing for the purpose Republic Act number 11422, entitled An Act Renewing for Another 25 Years the franchise granted to Suarasug Media Corporation under Republic Act number 8122, entitled An Act Granting the Suarasug Media Corporation of the Philippines a franchise to construct, install, operate, and maintain for commercial purposes radio and television broadcasting station in the Philippines and for other purposes.
Request the author, the Honorable Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez, for House Bill number 9710. Yes.
Mr. Chair, although we've already, that this representation already sponsored this bill, may likewise again move that my explanatory note be adopted as the sponsorship speech for this bill. Thank you, Chair.
We now proceed to the discussion. Any questions, the Honorable Manuel?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to ask a few questions, no, to our resource persons. Mr. Chair, tanong po sa KOJC. Dahil ngayon 'di ba merong executive pastor na siya din yung tinuturing na head ngayon ng Suarasug. Am I correct, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, can I answer the question of the good Congressman, Mr. Chair. Maybe
Yes, I'm sorry.
Chair.
The Honorable Mark Tolentino.
No, I'm a lawyer, Mr. Chair. I'm not a
Yes.
congressman. Mr. Chair, the answer of that, Mr. Chair.
Welcome back to the committee, Attorney Tolentino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With respect to the question of the Honorable Manuel, Mr. Chair, the executive pastor of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ is not part of the day-to-day operation of SMNI. But of course, with respect to Suarasug Media Corporation, the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, we consider them as the investor. That's why the subscription of Suarasug Media Corporation in 2019 started only as 50 million subscription. Now it's already 650 million, Mr. Chair. So if I may explain, Mr. Chair, that we furnish a copy of our position paper to all the members of the committee. Our position letter dated today, Mr. Chair, March 12, 2024, Mr. Chair. May I furnish this to the Honorable Committee, Mr. Chair? Yes,
Mark, kayo naman, nandito naman kayo simula nung lahat ng hearing natin November.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Bakit naman po papadala nyo yung kopya nyo on the day of the hearing? Sa hapon pa. At taga po ng akin, 12:30. Isang 30 minutos. Paano namin pag-aralan lahat yan?
Now, it is just our position, Mr. Chair. It refers only to our answer in our previous hearing, Mr. Chair. What we put that on writing, Mr. Chair. So, we furnish all
So, you're not saying anything new in this letter. Nasabi nyo na po lahat. Sinulat
Yes, Mr.
sila.
Chair. Yes. This is
Kasi binabasa
just
ko-
a reiteration of our position, Mr. Chair.
Yes. So, this is what this letter contains. Tapos mayroon pang kasamang USB.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
From the
because
very
of
start,
USB.
Mr. Chair, since November last year, and this is our position.
So anyway, we will have to validate this against the records of the committee, okay? Kung talaga ito po yung mga sinabi, ito po talaga ang mga ginawa ninyo. The Honorable Manuel, you still have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair, ulit clarify ko, ang executive pastor as corporation sole ay investor siya sa Suarasug. Am I correct, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, Mr. Chair, can the attorney explain ano ang function ng isang corporation sole?
When I say corporation sole, I already explained that in our previous hearing, Mr. Chair. That a corporation sole, the head of the corporation sole, he is considered as a trustee of all the properties of the corporation. So today, the head of Kingdom of Jesus Christ is in the person of Marlon Jacobo. He is the trustee of all the properties and he is considered as the head of the corporation. But he is not the owner of the executive pastor of Kingdom of Jesus Christ, but he is considered as a trustee. When I say trustee, pinagkatiwala sa kanya ang Kingdom of Jesus Christ. The real owner are the members of the religious organization.
Mr. Chair, ano-anong properties ang pinag-uusapan natin? Ano-anong properties ito ng KOJC na kung saan trustee ang executive pastor?
I am not the best person to answer that, Mr. Chair. I am just a lawyer or the legal counsel of SMNI. So I cannot answer that, Mr. Chair.
Then, Mr. Chair, we request the legal counsel of KOJC to answer.
May I respond, Mr. Chair? May I respectfully request that the question be repeated, Honorable Manuel?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, since nabanggit na ang executive pastor ay siya ang trustee ng lahat ng properties ng KOJC, I was asking ano-anong mga properties ang pinag-uusapan natin dito?
Mr. Congressman, marami po kasi eh. We will be happy to furnish the committee with a list of the properties, but offhand, I would say properties dedicated to the propagation of the faith. There are houses of worship, places of worship, residences of the workers for the church, and others of a similar nature, Honorable Manuel.
Mr. Chair, maliban sa executive pastor, meron bang iba pang trustee or may similar function sa pag-handle ng ganitong mga properties ng KOJC?
As a corporation sole po, yung executive pastor or elder, or basically po, whoever heads the church is the sole trustee and administrator of the properties of the corporation sole, Mr. Congressman.
And sa ngayon, Mr. Chair, again, I clarify that would be Executive Pastor Marlon Rosete.
Yes po, Marlon Acobo, si Dr. Marlon Rosete po is the president
Okay.
of SMNI, Your Honor.
Okay.